Hey everyone, so I'm home for Christmas break at my parents' house, so that explains the change of scenery. But I just wanted to do a quick video reflecting on the progress Religion for Breakfast made in 2016, because this year really was a huge year for growth. In January 2016, Religion for Breakfast had about 500 subscribers, a little bit less than 500. Now we're coming up on 2,000. In terms of views, my videos used to take 7 days to hit 100 views. Now it takes about 24 hours. So still, getting 100 views in 24 hours is tiny compared to a lot of these really big educational YouTube channels, but for Religion for Breakfast, this is huge. And I think there's a few factors explaining this. First of all, 2016 was the first year that I started producing videos regularly. Every other Tuesday, I produced a video. So if you go back, every single month has 2 videos per month. Of course, in 2017, I'd like to bump this up to 3 videos a month, or maybe a video every single week. But of course, this wasn't the only factor. I think you guys obviously are the driving force for Religion for Breakfast. You all just continually engaged the videos, you shared the videos, you commented. I even got a lot of suggestions for videos. So for example, the video on Marx's quote on opium was a suggestion from a professor at Northwestern University. The recent video on the infancy gospel of Thomas was a suggestion from one of the subscribers. So you guys just suggesting videos, commenting, and sharing just helped with Religion for Breakfast growing, and I'm so thankful for that. 2016 was also the first year that I started doing collaborations with other scholars. So the video with Dr. Connor Wood from the Institute for the Biocultural Study of Religion, where we talked about computer modeling religion and society, that was obviously a collaboration. The video on religious bullying was in collaboration with Alice Chan, who's a scholar at McGill University. And another big change in 2016 was starting the Patreon campaign. A lot of people said to me, Andrew, you shouldn't start a Patreon campaign when you're this small. I was only like 400 subscribers. A lot of people thought that I wouldn't get much traction, but I didn't see that there was much downside. Religion for Breakfast was hemorrhaging money. I'm a graduate student that can't really afford to keep upkeep with expensive equipment and the Adobe program suite. So I thought, even if I can just get some money, it will help offset the cost of Religion for Breakfast. So the Patreon campaign pulls in about $80 a month, which makes Religion for Breakfast officially sustainable. So that covers the Adobe programs that I use, it covers the domain name and the web hosting I use for religionforbreakfast.com, and it's also paid for some equipment upgrades. So if you noticed around when I published a video on Freud, the audio just suddenly got better, and that's because I bought a much better microphone. So that's because of you guys. That is because of the Patreon campaign. I would not have been able to afford such a good microphone without your guys' help. But if you notice on the Patreon campaign, I have a goal of $100 a month. Once we hit $100 a month, I'm going to start a series on Shintoism, one of the main religions of Japan. Religion for Breakfast has always had a global mindset, but I've just kind of stuck with what I find comfortable, stuff that I'm good at. I study early Christianity, so I have a lot of videos on early Christianity. I'm getting my PhD in religious studies, so I focus a lot on religious studies methodology. But I'd love to expand this to a more global mindset, a series on Hinduism, a series on Buddhism. And I thought a good first starting point would be a series on Shintoism, which is a religion that I'm personally interested in. So this is just a pitch for 2017. If you feel comfortable to give even $1 a month, we can work towards the $100 a month goal, so I can feel comfortable to give the time to starting a series on Shintoism. But of course, this is completely voluntary. If you're not able to or don't want to, feel no pressure at all. If you do want to become a Patreon patron though, just think of it as a tip jar, the Religion for Breakfast tip jar, or think of it as buying me a cup of coffee every month. Just go compare my first video in 2016 with my latest video in 2016, and you'll see how much of a difference that better software and better equipment has in terms of production quality. So again, thank you so much to our patrons, and if you'd like to become a patron, we are just $20 away from the goal. So there you go. 2016 was also big for Religion for Breakfast because it's officially when I revealed Religion for Breakfast to the academic world. I'm an academic, I'm trying to get my PhD in religious studies, so it's very important to me for scholars of religion to find Religion for Breakfast scholarly and academic. So in September 2016, I published a short article on the Bulletin for the Study of Religion, which is an academic blog, explaining how YouTube is an amazing platform for pedagogy and teaching, how YouTube really lacks quality religious studies and religious literacy content. And also in November 2016, I attended the American Academy of Religion annual meeting in San Antonio, which is basically a giant group of thousands upon thousands of religious studies scholars descending upon one city to share their research, to network. So I gave a 20-minute talk, I guess it was more like 15 minutes, a 15-minute talk on religion for breakfast where I expanded on how scholars can be content creators and what that might look like on YouTube. So the paper was very well received. I got a lot of good comments from fellow scholars. People came up afterwards and asked how they could get involved. So this was huge for me to see the excitement about religion for breakfast, not just from you guys and not just from people on YouTube, but also seeing scholars recognizing the value that a religious literacy YouTube channel might have. So that was super exciting. So looking forward to 2017, I already have at least 3 months of videos planned. I'm gonna try to do a video every week. It's probably gonna end up being 3 videos a month, maybe sticking with my schedule of every other Tuesday. But you can look forward to, of course, more videos on early Christianity. I have a video planned on a few pop culture topics, so a video on Star Trek and one on The Legend of Zelda, because I would like to get into like video games and religion. And of course, hopefully the series on Shintoism. So, thank you again so much for your continued support. 2016 was the turning point for Religion for Breakfast. I think we'll look back a year from now and see that 2016 was a turning point for this channel. And it's all because of you guys. I am so thankful for your support. And let's hear it for 2016, and let's see what happens next year. See you next time.